doing, everybody? How you doing? Boffo the Bear here. It is April 22nd, 2020, which of course is Earth Day. And this year Earth is getting the last laugh. Believe me. Happy Earth Day to you. Just a week filled with Hallmark holidays. We got 420 on Monday. We got Earth Day today. Tomorrow would have been the first day of the Globe Jazz Heritage Music Festival. Always a big event. We're typically down there broadcasting live. Obviously, this year we will not be, but don't fret. We will have some cool people on the show tomorrow. We got John Thomas Griffith from Cowboy Mouth. We got Paul Sanchez, formerly of Cowboy Mouth, now part of his own band. Paul Sanchez and the Rolling Thunder Review. We also have Big Bad Voodoo Daddy are going to be on the program tomorrow. So even though we will not be in New Orleans listening to music, it's going to be okay. We're going to be celebrating the whole day with the music. And then Friday, of course, we have our game show, Big Shot. If you want to be a contestant on the game show, you have to be a subscriber to the YouTube channel. Just go to Boffo the Bear on YouTube and subscribe. Just click the little thing. And then every time we go live, you'll know. And from the group of people that have subscribed, we'll be picking 3 contestants for this Friday to compete in our new game show called Big Shot. Last week, a woman named Iris won a gift certificate, $25 gift certificate to Scandy Candy. We have more sponsors, more prizes, more questions, hopefully, coming our way by Friday. So it's a great week. But today, it is Earth Day. Day to celebrate the Earth. I believe this is the 50th anniversary of Earth Day. And you can see things have changed so much. Actually, right now, Earth is having its day. I mean, literally and figuratively. With people retreating indoors, animals are taking the planet over again. Remember, like in movies, sci-fi movies, you would see, and there would be some sort of a bomb explosion or a virus thing and wiped out humanity, and then on the screen it would say, 100 years later or 200 years later, and there'd be some little pieces of grass cracking up through the sidewalk and buildings collapsing, and then the animals would timidly be coming into the city. Took 3 weeks for animals to just take charge again on the planet, and they seem to be very comfortable. They're all over the place. Some people say that humans are the virus on the planet. I wouldn't go that far, but perhaps this time in quarantine is teaching everybody to be a little more respectful of the planet and its power and the power of nature. And right now, animals are fully empowered. This is it. On this Earth Day, they're dope. Today, the dope of the day is animals. Empowered animals taken over again. I mean, there's some fantastic pictures we found. Look at this one. These are a bunch of jackals in a park in, where is it? In Tel Aviv. Now, obviously, the jackals are having their day. I don't know that the pigeon that they're eating is particularly happy. But you know what I would say to that pigeon? Well, actually, to its next of kin. I would say, you know what? Life is a big crap cannon, and sooner or later, it'll all swing back around and hit you and, get you dirtied up too. So this too will pass, pigeons. Ride it out. Sooner than later, you're going to be back up in the trees and Schitt's Creek people in cars all over the place. So just ride it out. You'll be fine. There's other animals all over the place. This was a funny one. Where is it? They're wild boars. Yeah. Wild boars are walking the streets. They're just out walking the streets in Haifa, Israel. I mean, but that's not new. Those pigs have run that town for years. None of the residents will even touch them. And this is happening all over the world. That was in Israel. In Europe, there are things happening where animals are coming back into the cities and the habitated places because all the humans are indoors. And they're not out there protecting their turf, so the animals are moving in. Look at these ballsy goats. They're shopping. They're in downtown Scotland and they are shopping. And of course the shopkeepers are outraged. They scared away the human shoppers, trying on everything, and then they just end up taking a picture and leaving. They're rude. The goats are rude. My cousin's up in up near San Francisco, and he takes this one. I'm sure you can understand bears and coyotes, natural enemies. We do not like each other, and there's plenty of reason. Trust me, the bears are in the right. That's all I'm going to say here. I don't want to start up a big thing with the coyote people. So it's driving my cousin crazy that this coyote has come out down from the woods and is kind of hanging around his place right now. So every day, my cousin gets in his car, drives by, and right as he gets to where the coyote is, he goes, meep, 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 and then drives away. And the coyote, peeks his head up. Ooh, is that dinner? Oh, it's just that Subaru again. God damn. Oh. Crime is down. Crime is down all over the place. I think it's because no one's leaving the house, and even dim-witted criminals know that you don't rob houses when there's people in them. Of course, the downside of that is gangs of thieves are roaming the streets and stealing cars. Yeah, no one's driving their cars. They kind of forget about the cars, and this gang was caught on Highway 1 in California trying to break in and steal it. That's what you think. But if you look closer. They're not trying to break it in and steal it. Look at this. It's like any other gang. There's one guy doing all the work. That's this guy here. He's got a tool. This guy climbing up. You got him doing all the work. Then everybody else is just standing around yelling at him, telling him how to do it differently. It's like any union job in the world. 65 guys standing around telling the one guy who's actually doing something, hey, work harder. If you look really closely, right here, that's a plant. They're not trying to steal this car. They've trapped a guy inside who actually had a plant in his hand. You can sort of see his head here. And they're trying to get into the car to eat him or perhaps proselytize. Maybe they're Jehovah's monkeys. I don't really know. But the plant, he got into the car so quickly, the plant is sticking out through the door, and they're going to try and jimmy it open with a stick or a crowbar, whatever these monkeys have. It's like a regular gang. You got your two lookouts up here, and you got the monkeys in the back over here. They're not even paying attention. Oh, look at all the folks there. Brian J. Howard's here, Danny Miller's here, Frank Falbo, Bill Murphy. Speaking of Teamsters, he's a Teamsters Teamster. Let's see, where would Murph would be this guy, closest to the craft service and in charge, large and in charge. Good to have you folks with us on the show. Oh, but that's what today is. It's Earth Day. It's all about we animals. And today, the animals are dope on Earth Day. And that's what we're talking about all day today. Animals stories. Everyone's got animal stories. Maybe you know a woman who is a cat lady, but who refuses to say or admit that she's a cat lady. Maybe you know people that treat their dogs like people. I'd love to hear stories about that. You can give us a call at 323-9000-911. That is 323-9000-911. And speaking of phone calls and pets, anytime you're speaking of phone calls and pets, there's only one thing you can be thinking of. I don't even think this needs a setup anymore. But on Earth Day, a day where we're honoring animals for taking back the planet and exercising a little of their free domain, here's a funny piece about animals and things.
American Top 40. I'm Casey Kasem. Now we're up to our long-distance dedication. And this one is about kids and pets.
This
and
is the most
situation
popular radio program in the
whether
country.
We have kids or pets
for years. Millions of people would
Cincinnati,
listen to this
Ohio.
every week.
And here's what he writes. Dear Casey, this may seem to be a strange dedication request, but I'm quite sincere, and it'll mean a lot if you play it. Recently, there was a death in our family. He was a little dog named Snuggles, but he was most certainly a part of... Let's go start again. From coming out of the record. Play the record, okay? Please. See, when you come out of those up-tempo goddamn numbers, man, it's impossible to make those transitions, and then you got to go into somebody dying. You know, they do this to me all the time. I don't know what the hell they do it for, but goddamn it, if we can't come out of a slow record, I don't understand it. Is Don on the phone? Okay, I want a goddamn concerted effort to come out of a record that isn't a fucking up-tempo record every time I do a goddamn death dedication. Now, make it, and I also want to know what happened to the pictures I was supposed to see this week. This is last goddamn time. I want somebody to use his fucking brain to not come out of a goddamn record that's up tempo, and I got to talk about a fucking dog dying. Oh, this is fucking ponderous, man. Ponderous, fucking ponderous.
American Top 40, yeah! Oh, that makes me laugh every time I hear it. Sorry about the cuss words, but it's just to hear someone so stoic going absolutely apeshit is kind of funny and interesting. So give us a call. We're talking about animals today. Funny animal stories, weird animal. There's a lot of weird animal people out there, and you know who they are. Do I even need to say the words? Tiger King? There are people like that all over on different levels. There are people that keep turtles in their bathtub, cougars in their basement, cougars at the Trader Joe's. They're everywhere. People think they're cat ladies, dog people. Now, I actually have, my dog is here. My dog is the least ambitious and industrious dog that there is. This is what she does all day long. She just sits on the couch. That's it. You're seeing her in prime. This is what she does. She sits on the couch. She doesn't know it's Earth Day, or particularly care, I don't think. I think she lost her watch. Yeah. All right, Noah, you stay there. There you go. Good dog. Yeah. I kind of feel like we're all animals now, right? Doesn't matter what day it is. No one's working. Everyone's kind of padding around the house. Everything's cool. Nothing to do. You just lay around and scratch yourself. It's an animal's life, which is why we're celebrating it today on Earth Day. And looking for phone calls from you. The number, once again, is 323-9000-911. 323-9000-911. Someone knows of a cat lady? There was a woman that lived down the street from me. She had 39 cats and newspapers going back to 1974 stuffed in her garage, alphabetically and chronologically. So you could look up Nixon, you could look up moon landing, whatever. She had that, 39 cats, and she wouldn't admit that she was a cat lady. I mean, what more? She checks all the boxes. And the people came and they finally made her take away all but 3 of the cats. But she had her newspapers, so she was happy. People that treat their dogs like children. Art Man, hey Art Man. Art Man's in the chat room feeding chicken feed to cats. That's beautiful. You know what? You've never looked better, Art. I like that. Thanks for sending that in. The great Art Man from E! Entertainment Television. And he's all over the interweb. The man lives a life I can only dream of. Funny animal stories. I mean, is there a funnier animal story than the Tiger King? I don't think so. Those people, the weirdness. If it wasn't a documentary, you'd never ever believe it. It was so entertaining. I once asked a therapist if there was something wrong with me because I take such delight in idiots behaving badly. And the therapist said yes. So I don't go to therapy anymore. What's the point? 323-9000-911. 323-9000-911. If you have a funny animal story, a funny Earth Day story. Also, if you have a drug story left over from 420. Pete Rocco's in the chat room. Good to see you, Pete. Good to see your name. Can't see you. I just see you typing. Excellent font. Good to have you on the program. A funny story of any kind with people. We had a lot of strange things happen on 420, the big Super Bowl of weed on Monday. People called in and told us some of their funny stories about what happened to them the first time they tried this or that. And once again, I enjoy hearing the stories when I wasn't involved in them. I didn't have to get bailed out of jail or go fix my car or clean the throw up off the back seat of a taxi cab. I got charged $250 once for throwing up in the back of a cab in New Orleans. And I said, I'm not paying it. The guy points to a sticker on the window, and it actually says, $250 fine for throwing up in a cab in New Orleans. You would think that would just be assumed if you're getting into a cab on Bourbon Street. They're so picayune down there. See what I did? Tomorrow is our big New Orleans Jazz Fest show. We're going to have performers from Jazz Fest right here on the program, play it for you live. A bunch of great tunes, and all connected via the interweb. Very difficult, but very pleasing to the ears and eyes, I might say. So that's tomorrow. And then, of course, Friday, we got our game show, Big Shot. That'll be happening live at 6 p.m. Pacific. If you missed the live shows, you can always see all of our shows and the short little videos we make called Boffo's Quickies. Those are on our YouTube channel. Go to YouTube and subscribe there. It's free. And from those subscribers on the YouTube, those are the people that will be playing randomly the 3 contestants on Friday for the game show. That's how that works. It's Earth Day. Obviously, people, I can see people, when you're shy, there's all the people in the chat room and no one wants to call the number, which is 323-9000-911. I mean, just such a delightful phone number. Think you let your fingers do the walking on that one just to enjoy it. The 9,000? It's like you're calling some big business, and the 911. It's important that you get through to Boffo. Very important. And it's in the 323 area code. That, quite frankly, I'm not crazy about that area code. There are better area codes. I like the alliterative area code. Oh, all right, we got someone coming in from this 262. Hey, this is Boffo. Who's this?
It's John Gelhard.
John Gelhard. How are you, John? Good to hear from you. John and I were in a marching band back when we were in, I believe it was high school. And then John ran off and no one's heard from him in 30 years. Where are you calling in from, John?
I'm calling in from Glendale, Wisconsin, which is just north of Milwaukee.
And what is it like there up in the hinterland? I'm assuming, what's the population of the town, give or take?
About 13,000.
Okay, so it's a nice little small town up in Wisconsin. I bet it's bucolic. Are people still walking around with masks on, or are people defying that order? Or give me a flavor of what's happening up there.
It's kind of a 50-50 mix with, the masks. It's, hit and miss. A lot of people have them, a lot of people don't. So,
Have you seen those protests?
But, I've got oh yeah, there were protesters out there this last weekend in a town called Brookfield, Wisconsin. So, yeah, it's all over the place.
A little crazy.
But, I had a story for you. You had some pets up there, or some animals, I should say, not pets. And I thought, well, I can add this anecdote to your animal stories today.
Oh, please do, John. Please do. Add it.
So I'm an alderman for Glendale, and we were having a problem with coyotes. I noticed he had a couple of coyotes up there. And so we formed a task force to look into the issue of coyotes, like what should we do with them, right?
Because you got to study the new data. If you just count on the old cartoons, they're so oafish. Anyone could catch a Wile E. coyote. The guy was an idiot.
These are a little bit more wily than that.
Okay.
So these coyotes are going around and they're eating dogs and they're biting kids in the face and stuff.
Oh my gosh.
And so I'm like, well, we really need to do something about this. But at the first meeting for this task force, this woman shows up and says that she moved to Glendale, Wisconsin, so she could wake up to the sound of coyotes baying in the morning.
What? That's a reason to move?
That's what she showed up. She's like, she didn't want us to take any action against these coyotes that were attacking dogs and, scaring children and all this business. And so we were kind of like taken aback, like, this woman is kind of off the deep end here on coyotes.
Uh-huh. Did she look like a hoarder or a cat lady? Paint the picture for us, John. Because she sounds weird. First of all, to actually move to Wisconsin to hear coyotes and then to go out in public to a government meeting and actually say, well, this is why I moved here.
That's right. Yeah. I thought it was a little bit odd. She's a high school teacher. So
Oh, my God.
I don't know if that puts it in any type of perspective, but a little
Well,
unusual.
so what did you tell her? What did you do?
We said, well, we take your comments under advisement. We kind of moved on from there. So
That's crazy. And you know, coyotes only bay when they're killing and attacking and eating something. That's their signal saying, hey, dinner's on.
that's right. Well, that's what she's waiting for, apparently, in the morning.
Wow. Did she move from Salem, Massachusetts?
I don't know where she moved from, but she's here for the coyotes. And
Well, it's a better problem for you to have than me, John. And I can tell you, folks in Glendale, you're lucky to have a man like John Gelhard on the as an alderman because he's trustworthy, honest, and true, and plays a mean trombone.
my trombone days are long over, unfortunately. But
Well, you got plenty of time to practice now, John. Are you still
True enough.
aldermaning? Are you still going to the office and doing government work during this period? Or are you quarantined at home?
I am quarantined at home, and that's making for kind of unusual situation because I work as a judge and I hear cases, and we can't hear cases because no one can come before us given the quarantine regulations. But we have been doing mediations by phone, which is kind of a challenge.
Wow. Well, we should have you back on the show. We could do like a night court or a divorce court or a people's court kind of thing. People that can't get into the courts now because they're all closed. We could have them, make their complaints, and then you could make a legally binding decision on them. Would you be up for something like that?
There you go. Yeah, sure. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
All right, we'll do that. If there's Kalita, is there like a legal holiday coming up at some point where we could celebrate the legal system?
I'm sure there is.
Do you know one off the
Fourth of
top of your
July
head?
comes to Memorial Day.
Memorial Day, sure. Well, that's more of an armed services day. There's got to be like a lawyer's secretary's day or pet your barrister day, something. We'll look it up.
No, I don't think they don't have any celebrations for lawyers that I'm aware of. So
Every day's a celebration for lawyers, Johnny. Every day.
International Be Kind to Lawyers Day, second Tuesday of April.
We just missed it. It was the second Tuesday of April, International Be Kind to Lawyers Day. That's legit, is it, Kalita? Wow. No one did anything special for you on that day, John? That's not right.
I don't think so. I think I missed it.
Wow. Although that would be funny if they only published that after the date every year, just to piss off the lawyers. Like, oh, you missed it. Yesterday
right.
was Be Kind to Lawyers Day.
That's right.
Well, thanks so much for calling, John. It's great to hear from you. And we will be in touch about having you come on and doing some adjudicating. I think that would be fun.
Sounds good.
All right. Well, thanks for calling.
All right. Take care.
All right, bye-bye. Members of the government pitching in to help get us through this thing. That's the key. We got the aldermen listening up in Wisconsin. We got people in Florida. We got people in Chicago. We have people in Los Angeles, people in Spain, Canada, Australia. This is a truly international program. And Canada. I said Canada already.
But they're nice, so you have to say it twice.
They are very nice. A country so nice, you say it twice. Canada. Amazing. All these people watching the program. No one wants to call in and tell us some more animal stories. That was a good one, though. What was that, Colleen?
Take one more phone call.
What time is it? Oh, yeah, we've been going a long time. We got time for one more phone call. 323-9000-911. It's Earth Day here. We're celebrating animals today because animals are taking over. It's kind of like a gentle version of It's like a version of Dr. Dolittle meets Planet of the Apes with just a touch of shades of gray thrown in. Because, the animals are doing more than just walk around the cities. There's all these monkeys that have descended down into Paris, and that's a romantic city. You can't You can't blame them. And, with their dexterity, the things they've been doing at the Louvre and on the Eiffel Tower and all those famous tourist places, the monkey shines that they've been involved in, gratifying their primal sexual urges, it's going to be, the city's going to have to get hosed down before people can come out. But it's a romantic city. You can't blame the monkeys. I blame Eiffel, the guy that designed the tower, and the superstructure of Statue of Liberty. Pierre L'Enfant was involved in that too. People don't know that. Another phone call. Okay, yes, he was. The helper was Cuban. This is Boffo. Happy Earth Day. Who's this?
Hi, this is Pete. How are you?
Good, Pete. How are you?
I'm doing well. This is Cousin Peter.
Yes, I understand that. Cousin Pete, he's a bear living in the Midwest at the moment, right? Near Lake Michigan?
No, we're in Florida.
You're in Florida. I didn't even
moved
know
to
you were in Florida. You must be very uncomfortable.
We moved to Florida about a year ago, close to Disney.
Oh, so it must be.
There are bears. There are bears out here. I have not seen any, but we had an alligator come visit us in our backyard on Easter, right after dinner.
I think that's a sign. The Catholics, if an alligator shows up in your backyard on Easter, it means 6 more weeks of plenty.
Oh, plenty
Did
of
he find
hibernation?
Yeah. Did he find any Easter eggs or anything? Was there anything planted in the yard at the time?
There was nothing. Our neighbor was cooking some chicken on the grill, and he decided to walk up to his door to try to get in, but wouldn't let him in.
Wow. You know what? They're ballsy.
Crazy.
These Florida alligators, they're like people in Florida. They're just clueless.
Yeah.
You know?
You got to try driving out here between alligators and old people. It's crazy.
It's like a demolition derby just on the regular streets. Yep. No, Florida is crazy. Florida's a fun place to live. I bet you've seen some crazy stuff just being there a year compared to like living in a regular place.
It is. It's crazy. Very crazy things happen out here. A lot of snakes too. Had a snake crawl in our garage the other day.
Oh, I don't like snakes.
Crazy. A little different than living in Chicago.
Yeah, I do not like snakes. I don't like snakes at all.
Me either.
Alligators, no. But they're all coming out of the woodwork now. All coming out of the woodwork.
They are. I feel like they're following me.
Yeah, they might be. You never know.
They might.
I'm glad you called. Do you have any pets of your own that you have to keep safe from the alligator?
No, we are not pet people.
All right, good.
No pets for us.
No. Okay, well, it is Earth Day, and the animals are coming back strong, so you might want to lock your doors. Now, the alligator may have told people where you live.
They could have. Yeah. I'm hoping not, but like I said, we're not big animal people, so we're kind of shocked when we saw them out there.
Sure. Better out there than in your house, though.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. I don't mean to offend you with pets, you being a bear and everything. I mean,
I get it.
Of course.
No, yeah, and I would never come into your backyard for a barbecue without an invitation. And if I showed up, I'd bring a 6-pack of Old Style. I got manners.
Yeah, actually, I'm drinking a Busch Light right now.
Oh, why waste the time? Busch Light? Seriously, you're a grown man and you're drinking Busch Light?
Work is very slow, so you got to skim
you got to cut corners.
Yeah, it's better than the alternative of Natty Light, which these college kids drink. So I took a step up to Busch Light.
Yeah, you know what? Drink a regular beer. What is there like a Florida beer that's very popular down there that we wouldn't know about?
There is one of my favorite. It is called Funky Buddha Floridian. Very good beer.
Buddha Floridian? Colita is from Florida. Is that a real beer?
Must be now.
It's a real beer.
It's a real beer, he says. Well, drink that.
I think a Funky
Busch
Buddha.
Light.
I just drank the last one yesterday, so I need to get more.
Oh, okay. All right. So this is a bridge beer. This Busch Light is, I'm too tired or lazy to get off the couch and go to the store today. I'll do it tomorrow beer. In that case, that's okay.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
We're trying to pace ourselves with going out and getting beer.
All right, good. Yeah, it's not your go-to beer.
No, it is not.
All right, good.
It is not.
All right, well, thanks for
It is
calling,
not.
Cousin Pete. It's great to hear your voice. Say hi to everybody for me there in the den. And hopefully I'll see
Will
you
do.
soon when this is all over, eh?
Yes, sir. You have
All
a
right.
great day, Bear.
You too. Thanks,
Bye-bye.
Pete. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Ballsy. Alligators in Florida, Colita. That is where you're from, is it not?
Yes.
And alligators, it's like they own the joint.
Yeah, all the time. Saw them all the time.
Crazy. But I think the word is spreading amongst the animals. Hey, come out, wherever you are, like that scene in The Wizard of Oz where the house falls on the Wicked Witch and they all kind of, munchkins come sneaking out of those freaky looking bushes. That's what's happening now. We just don't see it because we're in our houses. The next level of that is land shark. They come up and they're knocking on your door. You got 3 chipmunks stacked up inside a trench coat. Hello, is the lady of the house at home? Then you let them in. They're running rabid. They're going to get your graham crackers, steal all your nuts and berries, and run right out the door. You can't trust chipmunks. I got a chipmunk story. It's not safe for the air, but trust me, you can't trust chipmunks. I'm sorry we couldn't get to all the phone calls. There were other phone calls coming in. I don't think we can take more than one phone call at a time, and I don't know how to put them on hold. It's a lean, mean operation here up in the Hollywood Hills. But we appreciate everyone. If you want to call in right now, you can. 323-954. No, 323-9000. 911 is the number. And this has been our Earth Day show. Tomorrow, we got a huge show for you. Huge show tomorrow. It's our No Jazz Fest show. Every year at this time, the greatest party in America happens. It's called the New Orleans Jazz and Heritage Festival, and it has every kind of live music that there is. The Rolling Stones, Aerosmith, Cajun music, blues, gospel, every kind. 600,000 people go over the weekend and enjoy music and food, and it's just a great, great place, New Orleans. And because of this virus thing, no festival this year. Canceled until May of 2021. It's very sad. Yeah, we should have been there tonight. I should have been passed out on Frenchman Street by now with a bottle of Abita in one hand and a big old smile on my face in the other, but no, instead I'm here. So we're missing New Orleans. We're sending our love and support to all the musicians and the people in the food service and the hotel industry down there. I know they're hurting, and as soon as we're able, we'll be down there and help you out. So to commemorate tomorrow, you can go on the internet. wwoz.org is doing a broadcast of best of Jazz Fest performances over the 50 years of the festival. That's going to be great. And then at our show at 6 p.m. in Pacific, we're going to have the music critic and music writer from New Orleans, a very famous writer named Keith Sparrow. He's going to kind of talk to us about Jazz Fest and what it is and why it's so great. And then we're going to have several musicians on the show. We got the John Thomas Griffith and Paul Sanchez, New Orleans musicians, formerly of Cowboy Mouth. They tour as a duo called the Lonesome Travelers. And Paul's got his own band, the Paul Sanchez Rolling Thunder Review. They're going to play some songs together. John is up in the Bay Area and Paul is in New Orleans, but through the magic of technology, we're going to be able to hook them together. They're going to play some tunes. And the boys from Big Bad Voodoo Daddy are going to be playing on the show tomorrow. Oh, where's the call? I don't even see it coming in. I can hear the sound. Where is it coming? Hold on. Why? It says call ended. Hello? Hello? This is Boffo. Who's this? I don't know. Just when I thought we could get through an entire program without the computer taking a crap, I was wrong.
Don't say crap.
Oh, what was that? Things are going crazy here. I think that's a sign from the universe that it's time to be done. So that was our Earth Day festival. Colita's freaking out because something just went bong. Did you see? There was an earthquake here in California last night. I saw, look, Mike Maddox says, yeah, last night there was an earthquake during a pandemic. He calls it a panquake. Comes with a side of bacon or ham, as the case may be. So thanks for watching today's program, Earth Day. Dope of the day. We're animals because they're dope. Tomorrow we got the New Orleans show, and Friday we got our game show, Big Shot, right here, 3 contestants, 3 of you going head to head to head for big prizes and fun right here live on Facebook. If you miss us live on Facebook, go to YouTube. We're there all the time, 24/7. All you got to do is subscribe to be eligible to be a contestant. Fun show. Earth Day, all about the animals. Tomorrow, New Orleans Day, and Friday is the game show. We're done. So until next time, I'm Boffo the Bear. And remember, you gotta love me.